See you too. Yeah, well, President's waiting. Good to see you too. Yeah, well, President's waiting. Good to see you too. Yeah, well, President's waiting. Good to see you too.
You are ready to go. This is third pump, and I always like to start with some humor. Epic fails. So let's go ahead and let's enjoy these clips. Let's go ahead and let's enjoy these clips. Let's go ahead and let's enjoy these clips.
Roll back.
Yo!
There's nothing. Maya!
Uh-oh.
Saw that coming.
Look at
No, you can't push it. Alright, be careful. Turn around, turn around. Oh my god.
Oh no.
You're about to crash.
Oh, he's gonna get whiskey throttle. There it is, whiskey throttle. Yep. Made for kids, man. Made for kids.
They're going fast. Oh no.
Who brought the new guy? Stop it.
There's some air there.
What is he doing?
Let's go, Sam. Okay. You'll get him next time. Come on.
Not so close. Oh.
You guys are so annoying.
You guys should be filming
Derek, I got I'm getting back. I'm getting.
I hate those trampolines. I hate them.
Oh my god!
I like this one. I've seen it before.
Oh no! Uh-oh. I'm good.
Just completed fixing this fence. Pretty proud of it, I'd have to say. Try to keep selling the art.
Yep.
Damn.
That didn't work.
Make sure you don't let go on the.
Sean, you walked right in front of it! Get a picture.
Oh! Chicken balls, I get it. Wow! Over here!
I prefer kicks balls.
Burn them down on the floor.
Yay! You blew out my candles for me. That was so sweet. Thank you so much.
They have
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like I'm positive I told you not to do this.
Oh God. Are you okay?
Jesus!
All right, guys.
thanks, dear.
This is enough. That's enough of that.
Baywatch.
Switch it up here. For me. Guys, so we're gonna get into some creepy stuff. So yeah, I like creepy stuff. So let's get into this.
I don't know. I don't know who it is or what it is, but leave me alone, for real.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 paranormal moments caught on security footage. Damn.
Damn.
For this list, we'll be looking at some of the most unusual and mysterious incidents caught on security cameras that have led many to believe something unearthly is going on. Have you ever had a bizarre experience like this? Let us know in the comments.
This video is brought to you by Smile. Tickets on sale now at www.smile.movie. In theaters September 30th.
Number 10. Want to play catch? This spooky location in Nebraska has been billed as the most haunted museum in the world, and for good reason.
We've actually been voted one of the most haunted museums in the world. We have the largest collection of verified haunted artifacts as well. We have over 3,000 currently, and we add to it every week.
Their YouTube channel regularly posts videos they've caught on security cameras of bizarre phenomena happening in their building. In 2018, the Museum of Shadows released a video of a ball moving on its own in a dark room. If it were just rolling around a little, we might be inclined to dismiss this one, but the ball actually gets thrown. While strange, it's also kind of adorable to think about a ghost entertaining itself playing with a ball. If you're looking for a more personal experience with the paranormal and you happen to live in the Omaha area, the museum offers all kinds of activities from self-guided tours to ghost hunts.
We do after-hour ghost hunts as well from 10 o'clock to midnight, where we actually go lights out and investigate as a group.
Number 9. It's a ghost-eat ghost world. It's always pretty disturbing when pets are victims to paranormal shenanigans. In 2021, a video uploaded to TikTok quickly spread due to its uncanny content. Security footage from a living room has 2 dogs barking away in their cages. Suddenly and simultaneously, both dogs stop their panicking. That alone is concerning. Then they're very still for a few moments, as though on guard. The black dog's collar then gets tugged, lifting it upwards, and the pup naturally freaks out a little. The loosened collar then falls to the floor, confusing the canine. Is it safe to say this ghost is a cat person? Number 8. Paranormal reality. The Paranormal Activity franchise is the pinnacle of hidden camera fictional horror.
Oh God, please! They got me!
But what if the franchise was played out in
dragging her
real life?
downstairs?
Well, in 2022, Joey and Amy Radke from Minnesota felt like they were experiencing that very situation. With CCTV set up to watch their pets while they're out, the couple ended up spotting some kind of nightgown-wearing figure walking around in their hallway. Even the cats spooked as they scatter and hide underneath the coffee table.
See, now when animals react, that's when I know that it's not a fake.
The landlord and previous tenants have also all experienced some kind of metaphysical presence in the building. Number 7. Come here often? Not all ghosts are out to get us living folk. Sometimes they just want to enjoy their hobbies again in the afterlife. In 2021 at the Blue House pub in Hendon, England, the moment where a glass falls over of its own accord was captured on camera. The pint seems to tip over rather slowly, as though it's being pushed carefully, before its contents spill onto the floor. The previous night, a spiritualist had actually visited the pub. They stated that they could sense something, and that the spirit, thought to be female, was upset with the employees for taking over her work. The landlady, Darla Anderson, claimed there had been incidents of pints flying off the bar for years, but CCTV wasn't installed then. Number 6. Ghouls just want to have fun. Is there anything more frightening than ghost children? Well, the Barnsley Antique Center in England might be the location of the creepiest encounter with young spirits yet. Coming into work one morning in 2017, antiques dealer Daniel Parker found a 1960s Bambi rocking horse toy on the floor. He thought it was weird and decided to check the cameras. The footage showed the toy rocking backward and forward with no one sitting on it. Suddenly, it was sharply thrown onto the floor, as though someone had gotten off it too quickly. Parker reported that there had been several strange incidents since he began working there, such as a cabinet exploding for no reason. Many locals have also heard spirits talking and claim poltergeist kids dwell in the building.
They're here.
Number 5. Beer besties. Apparently ghosts really love hanging out in bars and getting up to spooky mischief. Over at the 300-year-old White Swan Inn in Dunstable, England, locals were enjoying a drink and relaxing in the historical establishment. Everything is normal, to start with, anyway. In an instant, a pint sitting calmly on the table suddenly tips over, spilling its contents on the floor and splashing onto the unlucky patrons. And this isn't the only time something invisible and strange went on at the pub. Another night, with everyone away from the bar and the drinks stacked, the CCTV witnesses a bottle mysteriously fly off the shelf, causing other bottles to fall and spill beer behind the till.
Number 4. The spooked security guard. In 2018, Jay Brown was working the night shift as a security guard at a nursing home in Chicago, where he kept experiencing a strange presence. When Brown told colleagues, friends, and family about seeing some form of a ghost, they didn't believe him. Well, he eventually caught the being on CCTV twice.
I looked at it like, okay. I'm like, okay. So I hesitated, so I just threw something because I didn't know what to do.
In the videos, you can make out a white faint shadow float past the front desk, definitely spooking Brown. At one point, he even tosses a book at the entity, which is a little bit rude but also a little bit warranted. Brown has also reported hearing footsteps and catching a ceiling light fall on its own.
It's like it's starting to show up every 6 months or a few months or something, so.
Number 3, you should probably excuse the late homework. Deer Park CBS School in Cork, Ireland has been a hotbed of ominous happenings for years. At the beginning of October 2017, the month for all things eerie, the school released this downright chilling video online. In the early hours of the morning, while no one was in the building, doors can be seen slamming. That's followed by lockers shaking aggressively, papers falling out at some of them, and then a wet floor warning sign is flung, seemingly with no one around. Previously, the school had experienced strange incidents like cold spots and disembodied crying sounds, but nothing like this was ever caught on camera.
That's impressive.
Number 2, the Pale Creature. In 2022, the Pale Creature began spreading across social media with a video released by Paranormality magazine. It was recorded from the security footage of a home in Kentucky. The unsettling video has a hunched, white figure with long limbs creeping slowly towards a parked car. It's left people wondering just what it could be. The top suggestions include an alien, some kind of mythical monster, or a spirit. There's also a theory that the Pale Man from the 2006 film Pan's Labyrinth came to life. But of course, there are also some viewers who question the authenticity of the video, since its quality is so grainy. Plus, it could always just be someone in a white morph suit. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Number 1, Screaming Hotel.
It's room 209. Amy says nobody's checked into that room, and there's reports of screaming coming from that room.
It was just another day when staff working at the Wingate Hotel in Illinois received several noise complaints about a room. However, strangely, no one was booked into the vocal suite. When staff checked it out, they also heard the unnatural screaming erupting from the mysterious accommodation. Refusing to wait for the police, John went inside with his trusty flashlight. But on the security footage, we can see some kind of person-shaped mist leaving the room before the lights begin to flicker. According to John, the suite's furniture was eerily thrown about and the shower was running. Yikes. While some viewers have been quick to question the clip's authenticity, we'll let you decide if this is fact or fiction.
So, you know, I look at a lot of those things, and I think probably 90% are hoax. The other part is there's a good chance that, in my belief, that it's actually another dimension. It's not ghosts, it's not spirits, it's actually another dimension. And the reason why I say that is because we live in 4 dimensions. We live up, down, left, right, forward, backwards, and then 4th dimension being time. Now, I actually consider the 5th dimension being consciousness. So really, we live in five different realms. But what happens if something lives in 6, 9, 12, 11? They can appear and disappear without you being able to see them. And it's just because quantum mechanics, and I think it's quantum mechanics and things like that, does not allow our brain to interpret another realm. One thing that's very interesting, though, is that if you give dimethyltryptamine to a patient, they actually go to a place where entities surround them with love and say it's okay, and they're using it with cancer patients. It's quite amazing. It's quite amazing. You know what? And instead of looking at that, we're gonna look at one other thing. Because it's very important. Let me just find it real quick. Can't find this guy. God. Okay, so I'm gonna watch this.
I actually follow you on Facebook.
I understand that mostly people, they don't understand what they're fighting for. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's listen to this.
I actually follow you on Facebook and shit. I think you're an idiot.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love speaking to people who think I'm an idiot.
That's cool.
Okay, let's have a chat. So,
Go on.
are you? Which part of me is an idiot?
Well, I think you are just full of shit. Like you misinformation. You.
Like what?
I don't know. Well, I haven't been like following you recently. I had to stop. It was bad for my mental health.
What made you stop? Which thing exactly that I said made you stop watching me?
She didn't study. She didn't
So it
even
was a
put
few months
effort.
ago.
How'd you find lockdown? Let's talk person to person, human to human. Don't we all?
Interested in talking to you.
Why not?
Because you're a fascist.
Okay, what makes me a fascist?
You're far
A
right. I'm not interested in
fascist.
talking to you.
What makes me far right?
Not interested in talking to you.
Hitler wouldn't have wanted me on board. I come from an ultra-orthodox.
But we're not in the days of Hitler no more. Like fascism looks very different today.
Okay, so there's fascism. What does fascism look like today?
Oh, well, that's a big question. I mean, it's just like very more discreet and it's not so overt like Hitler would have said, you know, like if you're not blue-eyed and fair-haired, like you can't get away with that shit these days. So that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's not true. There's a lot of people that do say that, and they are fascists,
Yeah,
and that's why they
yeah.
hate me.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of like, you know, right-wing people with fascist ideas that
Like
are,
what? Like what ideas?
Well, like, I don't fucking know.
Everywhere he goes, he does the same shit.
What have I done today?
Being a dumb cunt.
But that's no way to speak to a person of colour.
What do you think of the lockdown protests that are still going on?
Why not?
Oh, because we're not in lockdown anymore.
So why are they not allowed to protest? Why'd you tell her I'm far right? A racist now.
Everybody knows that.
Can you stop throwing your white privilege around?
Yeah, anyway. I would never attend a lockdown protest.
And now he's
for God's sake.
racist.
Did you go to Black Lives Matter one?
Well, that was before we had. Well, yes, I did, but that was before we were in lockdown.
No, we were still. There were still restrictions. It was illegal to protest. There was 4 cases on the day of.
No. There actually hasn't been any cases from that.
You didn't hear what I said. There were 4 cases, new cases on the day of the Black Lives Matter. I didn't say it came from there. There were 4
yeah.
new. On the day of the lockdown this week on Tuesday, where they pepper sprayed the crowd, there was 0 cases for 4 days prior to, and there was a lot more active cases at the time of the Black Lives Matter protests, and we weren't even testing as much.
The difference is like the causes of those protests are actually quite different. So
does that matter?
Yes, absolutely.
The cause matters.
Obviously.
Please don't call me a racist, because that white privilege should not be thrown around like that. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, I really need the toilet. So,
The toilet, that's a male, but you can identify, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, but thanks for the offer.
You can,
that's great.
Can I ask you one more question on that? One more question, and then you can go toilet, male, female, depends what you identify as. A lot of this crew here, they like to attack me for the fact that I call myself a journalist, and the Australian government does, okay? But they say you're not a real journalist. At the same time, this is the same group that says that if I want to, I can identify as a woman. So how's it easier for me to identify as a different gender than a different job? Do you see where I'm a bit confused by their ideology and thought process?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
What you just watched there, and I hope you loved it, is just a small part of a more comprehensive report that I filed exclusively for Rebel News. So follow the link in the description to watch the rest of that report. And make sure to subscribe to Rebel's YouTube channel now and hit that little notification bell so you don't miss any of my
Who
work
is using
there
this?
before it goes anywhere. And as usual, please make sure to share my work, this video included, far and wide. Love you all.
Who is using these children? Nobody. These children have decided this themselves.
I'm a scientist and I know what I'm talking about. Things
Using
are changing.
children
Whether
in
it's
order
man-induced
to
or not is not the issue.
get their political agenda.
No. Whether it's man-induced or not is not the issue. Yeah, the issue is we have to change. And we have to get adaptable, and we have to look at renewables. We have to clean up our act.
But if it's not man-induced, what will renewables help?
It will help.
How, if it's not man-induced? You're a scientist. Do you think they understand what they're protesting?
Of course they do. You just read what they've got to say there. The wit of some of those posters.
Do you not find it odd that you're using children to push your political agenda?
No, not at all.
And how much has the Earth warmed up in the last 100 years? Would they know that?
Yes, they would probably know that, as we all know.
I think it's only been about 3 Celsius.
Well,
I
I
can't.
can't tell you how much it's warmed up. There's a girl up there with a poster that says, "I'm 9 years old and I understand the science better than Parliament."
Who wrote that? I don't believe in child abuse.
I'm sorry, you're not listening to 97% of scientific opinion, which has...
Opinion.
So you're saying there was no fires
I
before?
said the same thing. Opinion.
They're more potent now.
Do you have actual stats to back that claim?
The 2007 fires in Victoria were just absolutely biblical.
These guys are Nazis, so they're gonna have to go. Yeah, you're a fascist, so you have to go.
I'm a Nazi. I'm a proud Jew. You just call me a Nazi.
You're a fascist. So
Why am I a Nazi?
This
Don't
is
you
how
find it
they
odd that
act.
she's using a tree
They-
to block
they
me?
She's not hurting you, though, is she?
She's using a tree.
push you away.
That's a tree.
She's not hurting you.
You're breaching the peace. So
Sorry?
we're being asked by others of this area.
So their rights trump
How the
mine.
police
So
want
they've taken
them
off
to
a day of
leave.
school to protest something they have no idea about. There's absolutely no issue here.
Well, if we're being approached, then there is an issue, all right?
Okay, so if I approached you first and said that woman's harassing me, would you remove her? I wonder if the ABC got asked to move on as well. Did you guys get asked to move on?
By who?
I know, by the police. Apparently we're not allowed to. Maybe using children for a political protest is not the best idea.
These people are our future, and if they want to fight up this, then...
Where would you draw the line? Would you allow them to be child soldiers?
I don't think that's got anything to do with it.
So where do you draw the line when it comes to using children for a political gain?
I'm sorry.
Do you think they understand the actual science?
Children are pretty smart. They understand what's going on.
Can you tell me what's that made of?
You've already been asked to leave.
Relevant to your story?
Well, that's plastic.
Do you want to step over here, please?
Yeah, and what are your glasses made of?
I'm not the one out here protesting climate change or global warming. I'm not. I'm here to report.
What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want?
Seems like a children-run event. If we do 100% renewables, how is the everyday household going to pay for it?
Well, obviously, renewables are becoming more and more cheaper. I don't do economics.
I don't do economics, so you're not smart enough to do it. So, what it comes down to is they're not smart enough to do it. So you know, this really is it's really troubling because they don't seem to have the knowledge. They haven't done the research, and they haven't realized that the CO2 that we're releasing into the air has actually increased the growth of trees by about 20%, which is a huge deal. Not only that, the oceans are going to be rising. It's just it's part of a natural span of the Earth. The Earth goes through this. That's why it had an ice age at 10,600 to 11,000 something. All right, so these collapses happen, and these people don't have a solution. They want to protest, but they don't want to offer a solution. If they really wanted to do something, what they should be doing is going into STEM and teaching children STEM in order to get into science so that they can design something in order to clean up everything. There's already technology, it does a great job, but if we go all to windmills and solar panels, we got a problem. Solar panels, the sun has to be out. Wind's got to be wind. The carbon footprint that when we make those is actually counterproductive. Solar panels counterproductive when we make them. So there's going to be a carbon that happens with this. So Germany tried this, and now what has happened is they had to resort back to coals. Now burning coal is obviously the worst, and this is how they are surviving with their electrical, and their electrical has skyrocketed the price. So we need to get science involved, and the greatest engineers, mechanical and physicists and all sorts of people to figure out a way to produce power. What I would say is some kind of stable element. If they can some kind of make a stable element, which they did do, where they were able to make nuclear fusion and control the energy that was received, and it was 1.5 times the amount of energy that what they put in. So that means that it could be increasing power like the sun. So we got to learn to control that, but we got about 30 years probably until that can happen, but that could power the entire world. And the only way to fix the problems in the world with global catastrophes and climate change is to take the poor and increase their GDP. Jordan Peterson even said this. And what you're doing when you do that is they're able to think 20 years down the line instead of just thinking, I have to survive, so we got to burn coal, we got to burn wood, we got to do whatever we have to do to survive. It's human nature. So on that note, I'm going to sign off, but we really need to think about what's going on and protest for the right reasons. But this woke community is an ideology that is really dangerous. It is really truly dangerous. So if you agree with me, leave some comments. You know what? And go ahead, hit that subscribe, hit that bell, and hit that thumbs up, and let's spread this word. We need to start thinking as individuals and not as people. People are stupid, a person is smart. Let's keep that in mind, okay? Signing off, Serpo 37.